Hey, welcome back to my dad diary, my journal, my journey to share with my kids. I shared a couple of videos ago the idea about to live like you're dying. Great song by Tim McGraw. I hope you check it out. Enjoy the song. It inspires me. I hope it inspires you. But live like you're dying means so much. It's led me to make like 5 videos on this. So check them all out. Hit like, hit subscribe, check out the other videos. Thanks. But live like you're dying. So important for us as a perspective, but also as a practical planning task. So live like you're dying. I hope you live a long, healthy life. I hope you have so much to share with your kids and your grandkids. I hope for a long and active, healthy life. However, we all know we have no guarantees about tomorrow. The only guarantees are death and taxes. And yes, taxes are due every year, and for everybody, at some point, death. Sorry, don't want to be morbid about it, but fact is, we got to plan ahead. We do not want to leave a messy place for someone else to clean up after ourselves. And I do mean that kind of practically. I hope you keep your house clean. But also, very wisely as well, I don't want my kids to come and have to pay my debts. So, whether it's keeping your house clean or making sure you're not leaving debts behind, there's a lot of little things to talk about in terms of planning for your final exit. So, when we talk about exit planning, yes, practically there's the big news about what you want done at a funeral. But before you get to that point, there's the planning for your estate and planning for an executor. Now, in planning your estate, that may not sound like a big deal when you're in your 20s, and maybe you think, got nothing to give anyway, so what's the point? Well, you still need to have a plan in place. You still need to question yourself as to what will someone else be left with to clean up. So please, do not let others get left behind with your bills. Pay your bills. Don't build up a big debt. Now, of course, we know when we have a house, there's a mortgage debt. Well, hopefully that pays itself off. I do hope that you don't remortgage to increase the value of a mortgage past what the value of a house is. That is money foolishness. However, we all understand in the future, as you're owning a house and you have a mortgage, that should balance itself out. Whoever inherits your house may use it or sell it and pay off your debt. Wonderful. But in all the other little things, do not collect other debts. Please, don't leave that for someone else to have to pay off. That's just nasty. Irresponsible. Now, we do understand everybody has maintenance. You may have some use of a credit card, but I do hope, as I've said in a previous video, you always have more money in your bank account than what is on your credit card. If that is ever in question, stop right then, correct that. Don't let that happen twice. There should always be more money in your bank account than what is on your credit card. However, that's a whole video, another story. But in terms of your estate planning, as time goes on, it is important to stop, book an appointment with a financial advisor, and ask some serious questions about how to protect your plan, how to protect your financial plan so that no one is left with a debt and those who depend on you are protected. So I do hope that you talk to a financial advisor, talk to a life insurance provider, and have some insurance in place so that if your income suddenly is not there due to your death, that those who depend on you are provided for. Again, that's a whole other topic. If you have questions, please call me. I want to talk to you about that. That's a whole other topic. However, executor plan. I've heard people talk about this, and it's a personal maintenance, personal cleanup issue for the family. And yet, you can make it so much easier if you plan ahead. In most cases, when one person passes away, their spouse will then just naturally continue taking care of the bills and continue with whatever accounts they have and so on. And that's great. But so many times I've heard the stories how one person in a relationship had taken care of all the bookkeeping, all the business, all the budgeting. And when that person passed away, the other who's left behind with all these books is confused, has no idea what to look for and no idea where to pay the bills and so on. So please, in the simplest of courtesy and the simplest of a good, healthy relationship, both people in a relationship should equally know what's going on. Even if one person is the bookkeeper and enjoys doing the tasks, great. Both people should know equally what is being saved, what's being committed to in expenses, where all the passwords are, where all the safe deposit boxes, and so on. Both people should know that equally. Now, this comes back to another big point I've mentioned before. If one knows this, the other doesn't, even if you accept that as okay, that is a big marriage trap. And at some point, someone's going to fall in it and be very upset. So please, don't keep secrets. Share the financial situation honestly with both of you, and share the passwords, share the where the accounts are, share what the plans are, share what the expenses are, so that if that time comes where you may pass away suddenly, your partner, you can easily step in, pay the bills, and clean up all the finances. Very important. Very important as a relationship in the here and now, and very important in the final day after somebody has passed away. So please, in your estate plan, talk to a financial advisor, get a full plan in place, and make sure you and your spouse together agree and are working it together. And the other point, I did say the word executor, and that does mean we often leave all these tasks to somebody in the family to do, whether being a spouse or then the oldest child. Normally, we'll get that task. You may choose to hire someone to do that for you. Now, if your spouse has already passed away, if your kids are not yet in a position to take care of this business, then it's important for you to talk to an executor and hire them to do this for you. However, even if you do expect your oldest child to be the adult and take care of all this business for you, it would still be very wise to talk to an executor and ask them to do a little coaching session with you and go through all the tasks that need to be done, so that, again, there's no surprises, all the bills are paid, any other insurances are claimed properly. Just very wise to sit down with the executor and ask them to coach you on everything that needs to be done at that final stage. So, a whole lot more we can talk about, and again, probably the headline for one special video to detail all this. But please, take time, ask questions of someone who has the experience. Ask someone who has been through that experience, and just let them share with you how important it is to plan ahead. Don't leave someone else with a mess to clean up. Please take time with your spouse so that you and your spouse both equally know what the plan is, where all the money's hidden, where all the bills are coming from, and don't let them get stuck, have to clean up a mess. So, live like you're dying. Take care of your business now. Don't let someone have to pick up your mess. Have a good exit plan. Write out what you want at your funeral, and then let it go. Your funeral is about you, but it's for your family. So it's what your family needs is more important than what you want. Your funeral is, yes, the final goodbye, the final celebration of your life. And it's, again, all about your family having that final moments to release their feelings, release their memories, and say goodbye to you. But you've already passed away when your funeral happens. So please, say it now. Tell them what you want. And please, if you're listening to this video and you are the children who will be at the funeral, don't wait for the funeral to say what you want to say either. If you're the children and you will one day be at the funeral of your parents, don't be silent today and then at the funeral suddenly have some nice things to say. That's such a waste of your life, a waste of your time, a waste. Please, as much as I'm telling an individual right now, don't let the song go die with you. Speak what you need to say. You, if you're the child who will one day attend your parents' funeral, tell them now. At the funeral, they won't hear you. I do hope that when my funeral happens, that I'm spiritually in a place where I can hear that my funeral happen. We don't know. We all like to imagine that. We always want to hear the idea that our parents are watching over us afterward. We all want to know that when a funeral happens, we can look down on the funeral and hear a good eulogy being shared. But we don't know. So please, don't risk the moments of not saying it. If you're the child, the young adult, the adult who's one day is going to be coordinating your parents' funeral, don't wait till they've already passed away to go to them and say that you love them. Do it right now. I hope we live like we are dying, knowing that what's done right now is so very important. Don't procrastinate. Don't waste a moment. Express your love to your parents, to your family, to your spouse, to your kids. Say it. I love you. I hope the best for you. If I can share anything that is of value to you, please continue listening. Thank you.